All right, hello everyone. Welcome to Management Analysis and Control for the 2024 fall semester. My name is Brian Vickers. I'll be your instructor for this class. This video is to orient you to the syllabus, the course layout, and some expectations for the weekly assignments. This class is asynchronous online. Your modules will effectively start on a Monday morning and close on a Sunday night each week. Everything for that week is due by 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. That'll be true of every week for the rest of the semester, excluding the week of Thanksgiving. So in this class, we are going to be talking about ways to relate financial statements, financial analysis to the decision-making process for managers. We're going to do that through the use of several articles and through our textbook, which is Financial Intelligence, What the Numbers Really Mean. This is a fairly inexpensive book. I've emailed out that you guys can get this off of Amazon for less than $20. You can get a Kindle or a hardcover version. A lot of our writing will be based on what you've read in the book. This first week, you do not need it, but you need to have this obtained before week 2. During week 1, you're just going to have the 2 PDF articles to read and to do your assignments. That way you have an extra week to get it done. So in this class, there's going to be a discussion activity for the first 6 weeks of the semester. That discussion activity is a video discussion. So you will record a video of your original thoughts addressing that week's topics and the prompts that are provided for you in the discussion board. You will either upload that video to your Google Drive and then paste the link in the discussion board, or you will upload the video directly to Blackboard, provided that the length or the size of the video is small enough that the file can be submitted. I believe the maximum file size is still 25 megabytes, but you can try to see if it'll upload or not, and if not, upload it to your NSU Google Drive. Ensure that you have sharing on where anyone at NSU can view it, and then just copy and paste the link to it as your entire post for the discussion board. And then afterwards, you will wait till other students' videos are posted, or if they're already posted, great, you can start right away. You'll watch up to 2 of those videos and then add commentary to the post on the discussion board for that student. The commentary is done in writing. It needs to not be generic, like great job, I agree. It needs to actually show an awareness of what was said and the messages in that, and add to the conversation. So there is a rubric that will be posted here that kind of shows the points possible for your original post, critical thinking and knowledge, that you've addressed the topics, that you've have some sort of reference to back up your thoughts. If you're making a statement about what is correct in the matter or what it should be, adding some sort of outside reference into your presentation, into your video is helpful. The length of the video should be no less than 1 minute, no more than 5 minutes. So it needs to not be more than 5 minutes because you have to consider your audience, right? Other students are going to be watching this. I'm going to be watching it to grade it. You want to be able to share those thoughts in a concise manner that doesn't go on and run on and on. But also, as a minimum, I would expect the thoughts to be able to be across in no less than 1 minute. But just because it's a minute long, if you haven't fully addressed all the prompts, then the video is not long enough. That's essentially how that works. So you can get up to 35 of the 50 points from your post, and then up to 15 points for your commentary. So 7.5 points apiece for the commentary. So this discussion board rubric will be on the learning module. You can reference that for more ideas. There are also going to be 5 papers that you're going to have to write. These are 1 to 2 page papers, critical thinking papers, where you're going to read that week's material and then address the prompts in written form in 1 to 2 pages. These will be judged from grammar to proper formatting to did you include references. The instructions are in the learning modules as far as all the details there. This is just your ability to read the material and then to think critically about it and address the prompts that are provided. So All of those are 50-point assignments. There's going to be 2 analysis exercises where you're going to do some quantitative work based on financial ratios or other. Those will be we'll look at the schedule at the very end of this video to show when those will be due. There's one case study, which is going to be a larger assignment where you'll need to make a presentation for it. And then in your final, there are no quizzes or exams in this class. The final will be an activity you can complete and then turn in by the deadline. There are 2 parts to it, so you'll do both parts of it. There's a written format and then also a analytical format. And then finally, there is a student learning assessment. This is going to be assessment done by the college for anyone who takes any version of this class going forward, just to ensure that the student learning objectives have been covered and that they are understood by the students. So all of that adds up to 1,000 possible points. Your grading scale is out of 1,000. So if you get to 900 or above, you're at an A. 800 to 899 is a B, and so on. That's the general idea there. Late assignments. So your discussion activities, you can have the initial post turned in no later than 1 day late to get 10% off, 2 days late for 25% off, and 3 days late for 50% off. However, because the discussion is to take place the week of that module, the commentary portion of the grade will not be accepted late. So don't plan on submitting this late. This is just a possible way to get some points if you missed the deadline, something came up and you forgot about it that week or whatever. You can still turn in for the initial post, which I'll read and grade, that video post, but the commentary portion cannot be submitted late. So in order to gain access to do your commentary, you need to make a post with your video during the period of time in which it's open. Your written assignments, the same thing applies. You can do those up to 1 day, 2 day, or 3 days late. However, there is a penalty of 10%, 25%, and 50% off of the submission for being late. So all that in mind, you will have access to these assignments a little bit early to start working towards them and then submitting them during the module week. This first week, I've just got the first module up and running so that you can get started on that. But then I'll start posting in advance. Next week we'll have modules 2 and 3, and then before module 3 starts, you'll have access to module 4 and so on. So you'll have a little bit of time to work ahead if you need to balance out your schedule. However, the final activities based on when I need to submit your grades, based on that being potentially graduation time for some of you guys this semester. No late work will be accepted on the student learning assessment or the final activity. So everything from week 8, everything that's due that week, week 7 and 8, no late work will be accepted on those. There's going to be a lot of writing assignments in this class, so I'll just give the warning right now. Plagiarism is cheating. Cheating is not allowed. If you cheat, you will get 0% on the assignment. This is your warning. If it happens on the actual assignment, you're going to get a 0% of that assignment. If you copy somebody else's work, you're both going to get a 0% on that. If you do it twice this semester, you will fail the class regardless of your other points. So very strict when it comes to plagiarism. If you are copying someone's ideas, that cannot be done without attribution. Copying and pasting an entire paragraph is not good writing practice, right? You paraphrase thoughts from your reference, and then you give attribution to those thoughts. That's how to properly write a paper and to use a reference in a paper, not just filling up the word count with several sentences copied from another source. But again, any text written by someone else that is not attributed to them is not permitted, and that would go down as an academic violation. Let me just hop all the way to the schedule. So as you can see, for the most part, it's going to be a critical thinking paper and a discussion activity each week for the first 5 weeks. And then you'll have one of them in week 6 and one of them in week 7. And then your 2 analysis exercises are going to be weeks 6 and 7 as well. So correcting what I said a little while ago, it's just the week 8, the module 8 assignments that cannot be turned in late regardless, penalty or no. Those all have to be submitted by Wednesday, December 11th. So you'll have access to that plenty of time early to get started, as early as halfway through the semester to get started on it to ensure you meet that deadline, or you can work on it all that week. Module 7 will open, and then there is an extra week in there because of Thanksgiving break that's factored in. So, effectively, if you count Thanksgiving break off, you've got maybe a 10-day module instead of a 7-day module there. So it gives you a little bit of extra time to get that done. This 7 and 8 isn't exactly one calendar week apiece, as this module 7 is open for 2 calendar weeks due to the 5 days off for Thanksgiving in the middle of that. All right. Last thing I will do is show the outline of the course on Blackboard. So in the learning modules folder, you'll see what the planned topic is and when the due dates are for each of those. So that's very clearly outlined. In the module 1 folder, you'll have reference to the materials if there's additional materials, or it'll tell you where in the textbook you'll need to read what pages. It links you to the discussion board. It links you to your submission for the critical thinking paper. So here's the prompts that need to be addressed, and here are the some of the details on what that needs to contain. So if there are any questions at all, please ensure that you reach out to me in a timely manner. Email address is the best way to get a hold of me. As I am only in my office in Tahlequah once a week on Thursdays, but my typical office hours for availability is 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Wednesday. Thursday, I'm in office in Tahlequah during that time. But I can make other appointment times if you'd like to meet via Zoom. Otherwise, I am happy to answer the questions over email. You'll find that I'm pretty responsive when it comes to sending an email and getting it back to you pretty quickly, with the exception of on Sundays. I'm usually with my family on Sundays, and not as easy to get a immediate response on those days sometimes. So thank you guys very much. I look forward to the class. And again, reach out to me if you have any questions at all. Thank you.